Am I the asshole for not giving my trans daughter my mother's ring? I, male 52, have two children we'll call Bob, male 26, and Meg, female 22. Meg was born male but began to transition female a year ago. My dad gave my mom a very large and expensive diamond ring for their 30th wedding anniversary. And when she died in 2009, her will stated that everything went to my dad except that ring, which is to pass on to the next born female in our family. I only have one sibling, a brother, and like me, he didn't have a daughter, so we just figured one of us would eventually have a granddaughter and she would get the ring was last appraised in 2004 for $1.2 million. I do not know what it's worth now. That is crazy. Meg and I have always had a contentious relationship. She was always having problems in school, always causing problems with her mom and brother, wouldn't listen to anyone, had never held a job for more than a few weeks, has been arrested for shoplifting, just been a tough kid to raise. She still lives with us and we're basically still paying for everything. A few weeks ago, she said that she wants my mother's ring. I thought she was kidding, but when I said no and kind of laughed about it, she exploded and called me all kinds of names and threw food all over the kitchen before storming out. I wanted to change the locks while she was gone, but I calmed down because I know that would probably lead to a bad outcome. My wife initially agreed with me, but is now starting to think that Meg should get the ring. I am absolutely not going to give her the ring, and here's why. 1. It would fracture my relationship with my brother. 2. I am not 100% sure that Meg didn't transition specifically to get this ring. That doesn't even make sense to me. She has said several times that we're dumb not to sell it. A lot of people really took issue with this, and it's the reason my post was deleted, the Reddit post. While it is very extreme to transition just to get a ring, children have murdered their parents for less money. It's true. Meg has already asked her grandparents and us for her share of inheritance. I hate the thought of it too, and I hope it's not true. 3. Even though this wasn't an issue my mother ever thought about, I am positive that she wouldn't want a trans female to have the ring. She wanted the ring to be passed down from daughter to daughter so that no one could ever lose it in a divorce. Currently, my daughter dates women, which could lead to the exact problem my mom wanted to avoid. Someone mentioned she could detransition after getting the ring. I hadn't even thought of that. Even though I'm not happy about it, I'm willing to accept my daughter as she is, and I try my best to not dead her name and use the right pronouns. A lot of people said a lot of hateful things about me being transphobic, and if that's how you feel, consider that I still support her. She's on my insurance and I pay for her medication that insurance doesn't. It's been hard on the whole family and we're all doing the best we can. Her doctor said that being transgender may be the reason she struggled so much growing up, and at the end of the day, I just want my kids to be healthy and happy. I don't feel like I'm being an asshole here, but with my wife starting to question the situation, I thought maybe I'd get some outside perspectives. This is complicated to me only in the sense that I don't know the legalities of a situation like this. Like if the will specifically stated and it's legally binding and can't be altered that this ring went to the next born female, like does that mean like female assigned gender at birth? Like I don't know the legalities of all that. I don't know if since she left it to you, even with stipulations, if that means that you can just give it to her anyways. I feel like if it was me, like I just give it to her. She sees herself as a woman. She, identifies as a woman, and that being now my daughter, who I would still love very much, like I would give it to her. If I didn't give it to her, it wouldn't be because she decided to transition. It would be more so the way she acted. But at the same time, I also want to respect my late mother's wishes. So I think honestly, I would give it to her. Maybe because it didn't say when he had to give it to her. So I'll probably wait until I felt like she was mature enough, or maybe I just do it at 18. That's a very difficult situation. Honestly, not sure, but I think that legalities aside, I would give it to her. And if she messes all that up, I mean, even if she was born a woman, things could still get messed up. She could sell it, whatever. So your late grandma aside, or your late mother aside, like no matter what intentions she had for that ring, once she passed and passed it on to somebody else, that's completely out of her hands. But I would say that in this situation, are you the asshole? Depends on the legalities of the situation. I think you're kind of asshole-ish in this situation, though. But at the same time, I feel like you're not. I'm going to go with, this is a tough one. I don't know.